Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And we see them in today. We got one kind of show for you guys here today, but before we even get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, my name is Charles Tabansi. My handle is CTABANZ. If you want to follow us, also make sure you follow us on Dreamerspro on Instagram. Same name as the channel, Dreamerspro. And make sure you check out the Dreamerspro podcast that we have pinned in the comment section below. Anyway, let me get into this topic here. So, as you guys know, we recently had a back and forth with Gilbert Arenas. Let me say about 3 or 4 days ago. Now, it started with me kind of calling out Gil for some of his wacky takes over the last few months now, some of the stuff he's been saying, especially about Giannis. And then what happened? About 3 days ago, Gil finally surprised all of us and did a response video. Well, it was a response live. It was like a 2.5 hour live, and he was kind of going through some of the things that I said. He had a compilation of videos that we had produced, and he was breaking down various things. Then I did a response video, and then he did a response live, and then I did a quick response live. I was supposed to do I think we were supposed to get on each other's show or something like that. He was going to invite me on the show, but we didn't get a chance to. But anyway, so towards the end of one of Gil's shows, he was saying that, maybe the part he kind of saw my angle of was by the scammer thing about the Giannis thing and the Hakeem Olajuwon connection. But apart from all of that, Gilbert Arenas recently had a show on Gil's Arena with Rashard McCann, and they were arguing over the very funny enough, some people in the comments were coming at your man, basically saying, "Oh, dog, you didn't play in the NBA, son. You can't understand this, son. What you talking about? What you mean? Let him cook. You got filleted. I'm like, yo, hold up. Obviously, I never played in the NBA. We all know this. I never said I did. But with my no basketball knowing self, I gotta ask the people that tried to flame me 2 questions. Number one, if I don't know ball, how do I know Gilbert Arenas is a good player? And number 2, during that conversation that they had with him and Rashard McCann, Rashard agreed with he made every single point that I made. He agreed with all of them. And Rashard played in the NBA. So that argument doesn't really hold water. But anyway, the main thing that they were arguing in that clip was, would you go and get training from Hakeem Olajuwon? Rashard was saying, you better believe it. Gilbert Arenas was saying, you're going to be wasting your damn time because y'all not going to really be learning anything. Rashard was like, you're absolutely wrong. You're going to be picking up a lot of different things. So that was the argument. And I went through the comments, and I think the majority of the people were agreeing with Rashard on that point. So we left that, exchanged a few messages with Gil here and there. We left it alone. Then what happened? I was going through the internet this morning, and I came across an article from fadeawayworld.net. And this article was basically highlighting a response that Gilbert made about Giannis trying to pull off some of Hakeem Olajuwon's moves when they were playing in LA the night Damian Lillard made his debut with the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, I didn't see that part of the game because I saw the first half, but I came in late in the first quarter, as I said. So apparently there was a part where Giannis was backing his defender down and tried to hit him with a dream shake and pivot to the baseline, but he got cut off. So he did a reverse pivot and then laid the ball up. So that play was, I guess, clipped and posted on the internet. Maybe Gilbert Arenas clipped it, and he wrote "travel," laughing out loud, which was one of the points he was making in his show. So what we want to do is, we're going to do it for the very first time. We're not going to play the sound. We're going to play the clip. It's like an 11-second clip of Giannis making his move. And I want you guys to pay very, very close attention to whether or not you think Giannis travels. So take a look at that. So you saw the clip. I had to put that clip on full screen, because at first I'm like, he didn't travel. Then I put the clip on full screen and I kind of paused as I was playing through it. And I realized Giannis Antetokounmpo did not travel. Gilbert, I hate to say it to you, he did not travel. And I was reading through some of the comments because some people left some comments. One person said, somebody said, "You funny most of the time, but you straight hate." And somebody said, "Huh? That's not a travel, dude." Another person said, he traveled because he got pushed. He said, must have been a satellite lab over Zoom or some, you know what. Another person said, stop trolling. Another person said, I hope the refs call it travel when the season starts. And another person said, they all travel. Another person said, I didn't see the travel, big travel. So it seems to me that there's some type of confusion going on here. Now, I want to be quickly technical for a minute because I know if Gilbert Arenas see this video, he's going to turn this into a 3-hour live correcting me. So there's something I want to establish here. If you look at the video and you pay close attention to it, Giannis establishes his pivot once he stops dribbling. And then I think in this case, his pivot, just looking at the video, became his right foot. He kept on spinning and spinning and spinning. Once you establish a pivot, you can turn in any direction and take 2,000 steps if you want. The minute you lift up your pivot foot, you're now allowed 1 step. Now there's a wrinkle, because I've seen other players take a step through. Kawhi Leonard has done it at others. In some cases, you could call it a travel in those cases. Now, when you gather the ball, I know you're allowed to take 2 steps. Hence, the Euro wouldn't exist and all these other moves. So you're allowed to take 2 steps. And in some cases, some players step through, and I've seen them take 2 steps. They don't call it. But if we're talking about traveling and we want to be 100% sincere, this entire NBA is predicated on carrying the ball and traveling. And if we're going to point out traveling, no one traveled more than one James Harden. James Harden would actually pack luggage with him when he started to travel. Nobody traveled more than him. And I remember Tracy McGrady calling out because he would take like 4 steps into his step back. So James Harden traveled. In the case of Giannis, he did not travel at all. Giannis backed his defender down. He backed him down. I'm looking at it right now. He backed him down. His right foot was the pivot. He turned again. Boom. He stepped through. That's not a travel. Giannis didn't travel, Gil. You tried to say he did, but he didn't try. That's not a travel. I don't care. I don't care what you say. There's no travel. There is no travel that took place there. Now, if you zoom in on the image or the video and you look at Giannis moving his feet, it looks like he dragged his foot slightly. But that's not the travel Gil is talking about. Gil is talking about taking too many steps. And he did not. He did not take too many steps. He took, how many steps did he take? Let me take a look at it. Let me take a look at this. Let's play one more time. Giannis, he backed the defender down. Then he planted, boom, right foot becomes the pivot, turned, nothing, boom. He took 1 step. He turned the other way, then he lifted up his pivot, then he shot the ball to lay it up. There was no travel there. Absolutely none. And then they say Giannis been in the lab with Hakeem. So first of all, let's talk about Giannis for a second. Here's what I like about Giannis. Giannis is one of these guys that he will practice something and then have the courage to go into an NBA game and try it out. Some players don't have that courage. Some players be looking like, I don't know, Michael Jordan in a gym. They'll hit 100 free throws in a row and then go step to the free throw line and shoot 50% from the free throw line. They'll be hitting fadeaway jump shots, going left, going right. Like Ben Simmons. I'll give you an example. Ben Simmons. For the vast majority of Ben Simmons' career, he's been a Hall of Fame. Ben Simmons has been a Hall of Fame player in the gym because he'll be hitting shots, he'll be hitting pull-ups, and we're like, Ben Simmons can shoot? If you guys remember a few years when he was a Philadelphia 76er and they would release all of this video, Joel Embiid was like, this is what we need in a game. So Ben Simmons would have all of these moves in a practice or a scrimmage, but then when it comes to an NBA game, he's not willing to take those make those shots. Now, let me address the quick Ben Simmons point for a quick second here. Ben Simmons has come back this preseason, and he seems to be re-energized. He seems to be playing with a lot more passion. Yesterday, he pulled off a fantastic sequence where one of his teammates had the ball, hit him with a bounce pass. He was cutting to the basket, then hit his teammate with the behind the back bounce pass. He caught it, shot it, came back up, then played the pass and lays, was able to steal the ball, go down and hit a dribble. I mean, hit a dunk. Ben Simmons looks a lot more engaged this season. But folks, it's the preseason. Let's wait till the regular season starts before we start with all the Ben Simmons. There's a person that keeps arguing me on the internet. Right now, the new hill he's trying to climb is that the NBA, get this guy, Adam Silver, Joe Dumars, who's part of the Players Association, all of these guys, they don't know anything about the NBA. They're trying to trick people and basically saying that low management doesn't work. The same NBA that said it worked is now the same NBA that's saying it doesn't work. So when they did it, didn't they know basketball? Yo, come on, man. What are we doing? Anyway, back to Gil's point. Gil, man, you got to stop with this Giannis slander, man. You got to stop with this Giannis slander. You got to stop with the Hakeem slander. I personally believe that Giannis Antetokounmpo's listening to Gilbert Arenas say all of these comments. Obviously, how can't you? He's hearing what Gil is saying, and I think he's trying to prove him wrong. Now, Gil is going to troll him regardless, but you got to give the guy some credit. He tried to pull it off in a game, in a preseason. You could tell that he was working with Hakeem and his moves. He was trying to implement different footwork into his game. You can tell that. You can see that. Now, is Giannis going to be as polished as maybe a Kobe Bryant? Well, how many players could be as polished as Kobe? But the question becomes to Gil and his supporters, did Giannis become a better basketball player by training with Hakeem Olajuwon, or did he not? Because if Giannis got better, even if it's incrementally, even if it's by 0.3%, he got better. And if that's the case, his money was well spent. You can't knock the guy if he got better. So to me, listen, I think it's a good thing that Giannis is trying to train with Hakeem. And to me, it shows that he's somebody that's always willing to work on his game. Giannis is willing to practice three-point shots in a gym and then come into a game, and attempt them. Now, he may not make all of them, but at least he's attempting them. That says a lot more than some other people. Some other people be practicing. They be tough guys in the mirror. But when the moment comes when they see the person that they got issues with, hi, how are you? They be cheesing it up. So Gil, I got to call you out on that one. You got that one wrong, man. He did not travel. That was not a travel. Let Giannis live and let Hakeem live. He did not travel. We're not going to switch it up. We're not going to change it up. That is the rule. That is what has always been in NBA history. You can even go Google it. And I got this. You can go check on the NBA.com. They said a player who receives the ball while standing may pivot using either foot as the pivot foot. A player who gathers the ball while progressing may take two steps coming to a stop, passing or shooting the ball, or if he has yet to dribble, the other one step prior to releasing the ball. Giannis was backing his defenders down back. He was moving both of his feet. Then he stopped. He pivoted with his right foot, spun the opposite way, had nothing. Spun the opposite way. Saw he had a window, stepped through, laid up the ball. There was no pivot there, Gil. Got to call you on that one, my friend. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.